Good morning, everybody. Thank you for being here today. Hope you had a enjoyable Father's Day weekend, and appreciate you being here this morning. If you want to, if you will, like, share, comment, and then you can join me as we start the 33rd chapter of the book of Genesis. We read there, Jacob lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, Esau was coming, and 400 men with him. So he divided the children among Leah and Rachel and the two female servants. And he put the servants with their children in front, then Leah with her children, and Rachel and Joseph last of all. He himself went on before them, bowing himself to the ground 7 times until he came near to his brother. But Esau ran to meet him, embraced him, and fell on his neck and kissed him, and they wept. We have a beautiful picture here of one of the most difficult things that we do in our life, a lot of hard things in life, but this is one of certainly the most challenging that we deal with. One of the reasons is there's two people involved. You never know how the other side is going to react, so it's partially out of your control, and especially when you are in a situation like Jacob, that you are the one who is at fault. So here we see reconciliation. A few good examples that we're going to learn in this story about reconciliation, how we can mend fences, if you'd prefer. But as we look at this day has finally come. This is a feud that has been brewing for some 20 years now. This is a long-standing disagreement between these men. They have obviously, again, a lot of water under the bridge in both of their lives, and how Esau is going to respond. It is, remember, Esau was hot, and most of us would say rightfully so. And he wanted Jacob dead, and probably most of us, we may not want to say it out loud, but probably we may not want to kill Jacob, but we could probably understand why Esau would. But notice a couple of little things that just stand out here as we see this pathway to reconciliation. For one thing, Jacob appears to be taking the initiative. Jacob did wrong, and he goes back and says, I'm going to make it right. We often, well, if he wants forgiveness, he can come ask me. We kind of take that attitude. Jacob acknowledged his responsibility, and he goes, humbly but wisely back to Esau. We see him again take and divide up his family. He sees Esau coming with 400 men, so he doesn't really know what's on Esau's mind, and so he divides his family up. He sends the children with their mothers, and splits them, puts some puts the servants and their children in another group, and then he takes and admirably, and I think if you followed along in this story, there's probably a time when he wouldn't do it. Jacob goes out front. I can picture a time in Jacob's life where we would have probably sent the women and children out front, and he would have hid in the back, but he goes out front to meet his brother. He bows as he goes, showing him respect, walks towards him, and an amazing event tell us that Esau runs to meet his brother, and again, just throw it in for what it's worth. Custom tells us, other writings tell us that again, that at this point Esau was a ruler of Edom, and Jacob isn't bowing down like in fear, but it's a sign of respect for him. For his position, and that Esau was the offended party. And we don't know what happened. I guess we will always wonder what exactly happened in Esau's heart. Had he just grown older and wiser? Had maybe he thought maybe somehow he had something to do, part of the problem. I don't know. Hard to say. Maybe he's Mama had got a hold of him. Maybe God had got a hold of him. I don't know. Scripture doesn't tell us, but something had happened. God had worked on both of these men, changed who they were, and they run to each other and fall into each other's arms, crying, weeping, reconciling as Jacob comes home to the promised land. This is again not a complete model of reconciliation. I was in a conference several years ago now, where I was reminded of an important biblical truth, and that is we are told to be peacemakers, not just peacekeepers, but peacemakers. Where there is no peace, we are to strive to make peace. And Jacob shows us again some good lessons here, a good model of approaching someone that we have offended, humbly, respectfully. Again, that we're willing to step up and be the one to apologize. There's a good book. I believe the exact title. I believe the title is The 7-Minute Apology. And one of the things that he says in that book is if your apology includes the word "but," it's not a very good apology. I'm sorry, but I hate I hurt you, but then it's probably not a good apology. Actually, I think the name of the book is The 30-Second Apology. Pardon me. And he said, just apologize. I'm sorry. I did wrong. Please forgive me. And Jacob, we don't have the words that were exchanged between these men, but we do see reconciliation. And however it happens, I believe the Bible is clear that we should work to live peaceably. The Bible tells us in the New Testament, as much as possible, live peaceably with all men. Some folks, again, there are people that all of us, if we're honest, the best way we can live peaceably with them, peacefully with them, the best way we can be a peacemaker with them is just to not be around them. Sometimes that's the best thing we can do. But we should do our best to eliminate, wherever we can, these hard feelings. I think that we do a lot of damage to our Christian witness by being part of ongoing feuds and grudges. And so let me encourage you today that as we're talking and you think, is there someone that you need to reconcile? Is there someone that you need to forgive? Is there someone you need to ask for forgiveness and deal with that so that you can have, maybe not quite this dramatic as Esau and Jacob, but that you too can have a day of reconciliation? I believe God would be pleased if we do. You think about it. Have a great day. We'll see you here tomorrow morning.